From being in a buggy to the thought of spending life in a wheelchair was very depressing. I had splints made and attended physiotherapy sessions. I could have been out of my wheelchair much sooner, but people would rather push me around in it because it's easier. When I was at primary school, I was majorly bullied at school and misunderstood by teachers and classroom assistants. The only one I felt who was able to sympathize with me was my personal assistant, Mrs. Gallagher. The biggest bully was Allison Christie, a blonde-haired girl with glasses who made my younger school years a misery. However, I did have a best childhood friend called Leanne Geary. She definitely made things more bearable. I think I was able to understand her more than others as she had a learning disability.
Mother made some bad decisions. Father left home for his own sanity, but the house he was in was not an appropriate layout for me to stay with him as it was a bedsit. However, I did get contact with him. I was placed in foster care when I was 10, but moved to short-term respite when I was 13 due to the death of my foster mother. After 2 months, I got moved again to short-term foster care, then ended up living with them permanently. They respected that I didn't want to be in my wheelchair anymore and encouraged me to get out of it. This opened up a lot of opportunities one wouldn't have otherwise had. Duke of Edinburgh Award. Karate. Girls' Brigade. Swimming lessons. Dancing. Church youth group. As I got older, I began to join other groups such as Pegasus Club, Zumba, Footsteps, HBSA, radio presenter. Became a young leader in some of my groups. D of E, Girls' Brigade, Sunday School.
I was nominated and selected to carry the Olympic torch in 2012 thanks to my Duke of Edinburgh leader Kevin. Despite being in care, I was still in contact with my mom's side of the family and with my dad, but my mom cut contact with me when I was 17, still trying to figure out why, and it's been 11 years. My gran passed away in 2015 and dad passed away in 2017. I got back in contact with my dad's side of the family in 2021 and still in touch with them today. Since leaving school, I've done some crazy stuff. Skydive. Bungee jump. Been to Bali 3 times. Went to Egypt once. I left home in March 2022 after a disagreement with my mom and dad. I decided to pack a large bag and leave home. My friend came to pick me up and I lived with her for a while. Once I'd sorted some financial stuff out, I got my belongings collected and put into storage whilst I lived in a temp flat for 14 weeks. It was quite nice and the neighbors were lovely. On August 23rd, I signed my tenancy agreement for my house and on the 28th of the same month, I moved in. Having an underactive thyroid was an excuse used by family for me not to drink because apparently it affected my medication. I found out this wasn't true when I asked the doctor last year, after moving out. I then took myself around different restaurants to try a variety of cocktails and spirits, then began drinking at home sometimes. Bailey's, vodka and tequila rose are my favorites. Due to a torn ligament in my right ankle, I was forced to stop working. I would then spend my time gaming all night and would sleep all day. I met my partner in December when I went to visit a friend in Loch Goilhead. Within 10 days, I had grown to like him and we had a lot in common. I finished things with the person I was seeing at that time and started dating Wolfhorn. It's been 9 months and I love him. I really can't imagine living my life with anyone else. He saved me from a dark place and made me happier than I ever thought I could be after the shit I'd been through in recent years.